Well, let's get this party started.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the TC Plus Show. We've got our guest, Gary Weidman, with us. I've known...
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Good to have you.
It's great to be here.
Yes. So I've known Gary since we were children, about. Well, I can think back to when we were kids. Because our parents were friends.
They were.
But then there's kind of like a couple of years you disappeared.
What? I was gone?
or I did. I don't know. We disconnected.
Fair enough.
I don't know when exactly.
There was some time there, yep.
And then suddenly we ended up going to the same church. We kind of rekindled our relationship. And we've been having good times since.
That's right.
So, just a little bit more about Gary. I think Gary enjoys fun, but most of all, he enjoys conversation. And
That's right.
I've got a story to start things off.
Oh, boy.
It includes you. It's not bad, but...
There's 100 of them.
There is.
The people got to know.
It could be anything.
This one's pretty calm.
I can't even bet you what it is.
This is back when we were children, back in the OG days. So we like wedgies, doing wedgies.
Oh, no.
And around home and how I was used to wedgies, it was just a little yank on the shorts, right?
You and the brothers are just going at it, or what?
Just
all the time?
No,
It's constant
I don't
wedgie
think
battle?
so.
No? Okay.
Just
all
like,
right.
just
Just
medium.
nothing too aggressive.
Yeah.
And so we were on a trip to PA in the same van as his family. And I got introduced to next level wedgie. I mean, it wasn't on me, but I witnessed it. It was like it was a little scarring. And basically Gary's older brother gave him a wedgie to the point where the elastic tore off the shorts.
Right.
Like it was violent.
Nobody gives in.
Yeah.
You can't give in on that wedgie.
And that was just mind blowing. I didn't know those types of wedgies existed at that point.
Well, I was whenever I gave wedgies, I was always worried that my mom would have my head if I like ripped someone's shorts, or I would get my shorts ripped. So I never went that far, but I respect the dedication.
No, man, if you're going to give a wedgie, it's not done until the shorts are ripped. It may have happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Probably. But I just remember that, like, that put me, like, the fear of your older brother into me.
Exactly.
I was like
traumatized.
Yeah, I was like, you know, like
Emotionally
I'd bring
damaged
him,
for life.
Bring him cookies or whatever, basically. Make sure, just
Gotta appease the man.
Okay? Yeah.
Appease the giant.
Bring him the sacrifice.
Keep the belt tight because he might get a hold of that elastic.
Yeah, but anyways, that was something that kind of got
Was that the
stuck in
same
my
trip
mind.
that we rear-ended somebody in that big man?
I would have
And
forgotten about that, but
slept on top of luggage?
I think so.
I think
so.
That was a trip of a lifetime.
More
Yeah.
layers to the story here, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I figured you're going there, but you took it one notch deeper and went to the wedgie world.
Yeah, and there's a. I guess if we went back and forth, there'd be a lot of that. But
There's stories. Yep.
we got to keep
Lifetime of them.
rolling. So we're going to the first section, which is 3 quick questions. Now I got to thinking. I was like, I had a couple deeper questions, or some really shallow questions. And I'm going to let you choose which way we go.
Oh boy, Corey, Steve.
It's not.
That's next level.
It's
Like,
not
that
deep,
is-
it is.
That's like an hour long.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
We're
so
not
we're
getting done. We're not
definitely
getting done
going
tonight.
shallow. All right,
It'll
we'll
definitely
go
go
shallow.
It'll be a
shallow.
3-parter episode for
That's
sure.
right. I got to come back around
right.
if you want to go deep.
That's fair. So, question number 1. What gives you the creeps?
Oh boy, the creeps. Ooh. That's a deep question. Wait, I thought this was a shallow question. The heebie-jeebies. What gives me the heebie-jeebies?
Clowns?
Or like, okay, maybe I could
No,
make
not
it
clowns.
No, you like
no,
clowns.
I'm
Okay.
well, whatever. I mean, that's you know what? As a kid, I always thought like being a rodeo clown would be fun.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, that
Kind of like
kinda fits you. I don't know you
It
very
would,
well,
right?
but that fits you, I think.
It would
Yeah.
work. I thought that would be great.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
sitting in a barrel and getting blasted by a bull, right? What's fun in that? But anyway,
Maybe I could revise the question a bit to make it easier. It's
Okay.
like, what in a person gives you the heebie-jeebies? Like if you see someone doing something or being something or acting a certain way.
oh man, now I gotta categorize somebody here. I got to vision somebody that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Boy, you're
But if
pulling.
not,
don't
then
give any
just
names.
in
Don't give
general.
names.
Because yeah, I was going every way with that.
Well, you can do that
Heebie-jeebies,
too.
like, you know, is it chalk? You know, fingernails on a chalkboard, or
Well,
is
that-
it?
yeah, that's an
like
option.
That would be an answer
So-
right there.
There's that. I can handle it. The one thing that comes to mind right now is a fork on a tinfoil plate. You know what's weird though? Never bothered me until my wife mentioned it. And now it's like, oh, it just gives me the shivers right away. Like,
like-
that flavor. And I don't know, it's like I got braces and then I got the metal in my mouth. And I wonder if it's since that it's like the tin and the metal, stainless, but it's like literally an iron
see.
candy. That just weirds me out. That is nasty.
Does it happen a lot?
If you go to scrape the pie pan, you know, guy like me is always left with nothing, so I'm getting the last
Getting
of
the
it.
crumbs?
That's right.
Yeah.
And then you go and put that fork in your mouth. It's just like, oh, no thanks.
Oh, so like you're
that's
actually
just-
putting the fork in your
Yeah.
mouth after. Is
It's the
bad
flavor
part.
when you put your fork in your
Oh.
mouth. It's like
I thought it was the sound.
Yeah, I was going. Like we were talking about the sound of chalkboard.
No, the
so I
sound.
was-
No, the sound's
okay.
fine. It's the
Okay.
taste. The taste of the
yeah.
metal. Like
Yeah.
it just, if you know, you know.
Oh, it's like this. It's probably close, but less aggressive as like biting on tinfoil. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is even worse because
Really?
it's like that flavor of poo, you know, just nasty.
Okay.
That's a taste thing.
There you go. That's a good
Now,
answer.
the person thing.
That's fine. You
That's-
came up
he's
with
go-
a great
oh,
that's
answer.
too deep.
Are you,
man.
okay, okay. So you got something here? You
Yeah,
going?
it's just no, I have to think too long for
All right,
that.
Tyler, you're up for a question.
So my question here, you're not very old. I understand that, but
Thanks. I feel like I'm getting older all the time.
exactly. But I'm just wondering here, what is the favorite, maybe like 5-year span of your life so far? What's been your favorite span of life?
Good question. So you're saying the 5 years?
Well, like, I
which
don't
are
know,
the
you
best
know,
5 years?
Yeah, sure. We'll go
Right.
with that. Or you can
Right.
even be less. I don't really care. It was just something to go off of.
Depending, like this. So there's so many tiers, right? Are we talking about the no responsibility years? Those were good in that way, but then you look at them as like they were so invaluable.
Yeah.
But probably ultimate was probably definitely not my dating years, but my post-marriage years.
Okay.
Just before the kids were too old to really cause a lot of havoc.
Right.
It was kind of easy, right?
Yeah.
It was
So-
all that woohoo babies and
Young married life is
young
what you're
married
saying.
life.
Yeah.
Not a lot of responsibilities. You don't have to like fund diapers.
Oh, exactly.
That's
yeah.
like
Okay,
that.
so diapers are expensive.
Diapers are expensive. They'll bankrupt you if you're not
Okay.
careful.
I'm-
Budget for diapers now.
Okay. All right,
If you're
I'll
thinking
start.
diapers in the future, start
I'll
saving.
start a
saving
diaper savings account.
That's right. Yeah.
Who needs
Yeah.
a house savings account when you can have a diaper
exactly.
account? Yeah.
You're good.
Are you saving for your children's diapers or for your own diapers?
Sure. I'll need those someday too. Yeah.
Yeah. That
All right.
that's probably, I'm going to say a 2-3 year mark, right?
Yeah.
Kind of that because I did a bunch of traveling. I enjoy traveling.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So every winter we'd go somewhere. Then it was just kind of carefree, get away, enjoyed it.
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Next question. What is the best way to start your day?
Pretty easy. Wake up, hit the couch with the coffee, and just chill. Maybe a little scripture reading, a little encouragement,
And then
No phone, no nothing. Just like take that moment to give yourself a bit of space, bit of head space for the day.
that seems solid.
Yep.
That seems very responsible of you.
I got really right.
Yeah.
I finally got to that level.
That's awesome. I want to
Take
get
a lot
there.
of years. No, through the winter, I had a bit more time to do stuff like that. So I take that time, and you know what? It's become a real key. And now I'm looking at like my busy season, and I'm how am I going to integrate that? Because that means getting up. Do you sacrifice sleep and get up earlier, or do you skip the that 20 minutes, half an hour of good old cup of coffee, headspace.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll move on.
Let's roll.
So what we have now is Gary's. What's on your mind? What are you thinking? What's the topic that you're bringing to us today?
The big topic. What is the topic?
No, the topic.
The topic.
The topic.
I'm pulling a blank.
You don't remember what your topic is?
What are we? Yeah, no. What are we? Yes. What are we talking about? Right. I'm great at this. Right.
First.
Nobody. I have so many things.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm
Bigger-
laughing with
bigger-
you.
it's
that's
bigger.
good. What's that?
It's bigger, better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it? But is it not? So my thoughts, and it's like this is a topic that comes and goes. I've thought about it a bunch, and I've also, then it's kind of gone, and then all of a sudden it relapses again. Like, is bigger better in work? In like, is a bigger house better? Is a bigger business better?
Bigger boat.
Or a bigger boat? That's hands down better. There's always a bigger
That
boat.
tells you something about Gary right
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
Yeah.
I love my boat. Anyway, or is there like a smaller, sustainable? So, what about a mortgage? Is your bigger mortgage better? It goes in so many areas, right? But that's kind of the thing I've thought about lots is bigger better? Or is, being a big company, is that a better thing? Being a big show, yada, yada, yada? Or is it better to be smaller and have like personal relationships and connections and maybe being financially more stable or in the plus more, having a cheaper house instead of such a big mortgage that you're tied to that thing, that it drives you have to do it. Is bigger actually better?
So, have you come up with any pros and cons in your?
I weigh things out, right? So I take business, right? So started a business, go that direction, and it was always like, oh yeah, I got to be bigger, got to be like these other companies, your competitions, your peers, whatever. And it's like all of a sudden I'm like, I get closer and closer to that, and I'm like, this is not what I want. This is not what I enjoy. I enjoy the smaller and the more, profitable, sustainable. I'm a relationist. Like Corey mentioned, I like the conversations. And if you're a big company, you're not having those conversations because it's just by default, you become numbers when you're employees. So that's kind of where my thoughts go. Now, pros and cons, absolutely. There's pros and cons to it, I think. Have I put a lot of thought into them? Maybe not. Still stuck on that.
That's
Is bigger
fair.
better?
Yeah.
I'm stuck on the first question. I haven't got
I
that
didn't know
deep.
how long you've been thinking about this.
This is more like a half a year thought.
Okay.
It takes me. Gary thinks about things for a long
what?
time.
That's why
and
we
then
have
all,
you here,
Then
man.
all of a sudden, once he decides, he's it's game over. You're not stopping him.
I feel like if it's Corey half a year thought, he's got like a whole
book of it?
Yeah, like a
No.
novel.
No,
It's been translated to Chinese and Japanese, and it's out there in the world by that point.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So, Tyler, do you want to start on that, or do you want me to, or what are you thinking?
I feel like it's a very open-ended thing. My first thought with it though is, do you live in Texas? Because they love their big, their whole model
slogan,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Bigger. Wait, what is it again?
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's
That's how it goes. There's a lot of ways you could take this. You mentioned a bunch of them. I would say, maybe for you who is a conversationalist and likes to talk to people, maybe it is better to keep your business smaller. Maybe it is better to operate in that way. And I feel like, especially with like houses and stuff like that, this is coming from someone who doesn't have a house at all. But I feel like
you're gonna get a diaper mortgage.
yeah, exactly.
Don't need
I'm
a
still
house.
working at the diaper thing, so I don't have money for a house yet. But I feel like if I do, I personally don't need a big house. I look at that and I look at a big house is cool, but as long as I got room for, a decent, kitchen that isn't cramped and a family room, couple bedrooms, and you're probably good.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me toss a little something in there, though, Tyler.
All right.
I think back on one of our more first episodes, I asked you, what would you do? Kind of like, what would be the signs if you won the lottery? Mm-hmm. And one of those things was buy a pretty decent sized house.
Dang it.
This is coming back
And
to
so
me.
I think, is it like if money isn't an issue, let's forget about money. Which size house do you want?
Can
It's
I
a
jump
tough
in
one.
here?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Because the minute you get this big house, yeah, sure, it's cool, right? It's state of the art. But then what do you have to do? You got to deal with a lot more cleaning. You got to hire, I mean, sure, you can hire people to do that, I guess, right? But you come with a whole lot more baggage when it's bigger. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much comes down to what do you want to do? Do you want to spend your time managing this thing? Because I've seen some big houses and they're not managed well and they look like rat's nests, right? They look like trash.
Yeah.
But then they're usually, money's probably not an issue, so they're paying somebody to look after this property and look after everything, and then it looks great. But then sometimes you have that beautiful little home. My thoughts probably wrap more so around the fact of the money factor. Is like, can you benefit and help others? Like was mentioned not too long ago, I heard a guy talking about investing into eternity is what he was talking about, but into the future, right? If you can spend less yourself and give more, that makes for a lot better future. But it's really hard to do because when you got that coins in your hand, why not spend them?
Exactly.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
Feels good.
So, as I was thinking about this, I was thinking like it really depends on what you want from life, I think, and also there's so many different ways of thinking about it. Like, just like one of those, like if money's not an option, which house do you have? Because, or like an issue, I should say, not an option. If money's not an issue, then like, yeah, you can hire all the maids, gardeners, whatever you want to look after it. Then like, would you do it or not? I still don't know exactly.
Like, it's probably the
It
motive.
seems it would be fun to try it.
It's probably the motive, right? Do you want to be that dude with the big house? Do you want to be known
Right.
as a guy with the big house and the 50 maids?
Yeah.
Right? That's a big house. But
It's a giant house we're talking about.
It's a lot of
Exactly.
windows.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta,
And then
gotta
then
keep those
business,
things clean.
business, same thing, right? Like, are you, what are you looking for out of your business? Are you looking for it to like put food on the table, pay the mortgage, and, have some good relationships, and like that's what you're looking for? Then like, no, you're not going to be happy probably by growing it to a place where suddenly your only relationships are maybe with the managers who are then, as it goes down.
Well, the big
chain.
corporate world is bit, if you're not growing, you're not going to survive, right? Is there a possibility of being sustainable? Can you actually sustain something you have? That's more directed at business,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good question that I don't have
That's-
an answer for.
It's that's deep. If you want to go
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
No, but that's the big thing in our society now is everybody's like quick money and big business, right?
Yeah.
You got to be growing. Growth's got to be there or you're not going to survive. It's like, but can you pay things off and can you actually be sustainable
Yeah.
by doing what you enjoy?
And then one of the other things I thought about like is income. Like, what about just like a job and you're making income? Is there a spot where you'd be like, I don't want to get paid that much?
Well, usually you grow your lifestyle with your income, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, we got a raise. Cool. Now we can buy hot dogs instead of mac and cheese.
Right.
I got a pretty low income. Did you catch that?
That's a weird. That's a weird uptick there, or whatever you want to call it.
Everyone's got their own thing, right?
Yeah, hey, whatever makes you happy.
The
man.
lower class.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, I understand.
And so, like, you're saying bigger salary is always better, or no?
It can be.
Yeah.
Depending what you're like. If you want a glorious lifestyle, then you're going to need a big salary. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. But like, you could also like have a big salary and give 50% of it away.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like if you,
That's
Tyler's
easier said than
laughing.
done, Corey. You're always like, yeah, I'll be
What?
giving.
I didn't say
I know,
would.
no, I
did
know.
not say
I
that.
realize, so I'm not turning this on you, but everyone's
right.
always like, yeah, you know, I always want to give, and I'm sure we do, but then when it comes down to it, and we actually have that money in our hands, we're like, think of all the stuff I can get, you know, bigger
Yeah.
boat,
Well, and like,
bigger boat,
Oh,
yeah.
Gotta get
well,
a bigger
and like
boat.
Gary mentioned, like it's the creep. Generally, you're not one day making 50 and the next day making 100,000. It's generally like a progression, and during that progression, your life kind of expenses do the same progression. But
Now,
So
here's a good one for you though. So is giving just money?
no,
Because right, you know, it's when you're talking giving, it's like, oh yeah, you're giving, and everybody's like money.
no,
Can you give more than just money?
absolutely.
Well, you can give time. So, would you rather give time or money?
And sometimes that's expensive.
Well, exactly, right?
Sometimes-
Corey says his whole motto is "Time is money."
Time is money.
Yeah.
Fair
So, Corey,
enough.
would you rather give time or money?
I think like it's healthy to give both.
Well, okay, fine, sure. Wow.
He just
and
leveled up.
I don't
Yeah.
think I think like depending where you're at in life, one is more valuable than the other. If you're retired and you have like way too much saved up,
Is there such a thing? Too much saved up?
yeah, like you run into like I've noticed that like
The tax
older,
man's gonna get it.
the older people get, often the less they care about money.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And so then like there is some people that are at like 70 and they're like what do I do with this? I have too much, or like it's and you just, like you can have it, or they give it to this organization or whatever, because
Well,
it's like
there's people always looking for
I'm getting
good spots
taxed on
to
this,
give,
someone
right?
else may as well have it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then sometimes you get into a point where you don't have money, so you can only give time,
Exactly.
right?
Right. And there's sometimes that you just don't have time.
Or money. Is there such a time?
Probably for some people, yeah.
Or why don't you have time?
We're
Now we're getting too serious.
just trying to put that
getting
mac
real
and cheese on the
hypothetical.
table, man.
That's right. That's all you need. So,
Yeah,
you know, back
Yeah.
the lifestyle down.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we've come to a conclusion, but maybe the audience can put comment in the conclusion. Is bigger always better?
I think
There
it's
you go.
different for everybody, but so like, yeah, if you got any thoughts on that, leave them down below.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. We're going to go into our next segment here. And for our food for thought today, we're going to have a little tasting session. So I'm just going to go grab some goods and be back.
Tasting session.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you trust this?
Not really. I'm a pretty picky eater, as we've discussed before, and I'm pretty scared. But we'll see what he comes back with.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll give it a try.
How about you? You got adventurous with food?
I enjoy food. I'm a bit of a foodie, and I like to try different things.
Yeah.
But once I get onto something, I'm not a
Okay.
dude that goes back to the same restaurant.
There you go. Okay, you're
Here we
not.
are.
Oh, for sure. Okay. So we got some white things.
Eggs, ostrich eggs, really
What
baby
is
baby
this,
ostrich
man?
eggs.
My goodness, they're
Oh,
squishy ostrich eggs. By golly.
What the huff do you have here?
Okay, so are these two different things, Corey?
They're two different flavors.
Okay.
Is it
So
raw
do I have
meat?
to have both flavors?
They are two different flavors.
Is it raw meat?
So
Give me the rundown here, Corey.
As you were saying, Tyler, you're a little bit of a picky eater.
Yeah.
I thought this is a pretty. I've wanted to do this since episode 1. I know you're kind of like a little more basic on your stuff, but I think you also aren't too afraid of trying things as long as they're not way out to lunch.
Yeah, sure.
At least take a bite. Maybe not.
Yep.
Today you are.
I think I'm almost having
You're
I'm
gonna be.
almost having a
Flashback.
flashback to what this could be.
What's your guess?
Can you tell me what it's called, or do I have to wait?
It's called Mochi.
Oh, I love this stuff. Never
Really?
mind. Oh, I love this stuff.
It's
I've had
called
it.
what?
But there's two different flavors. You might not like it.
Well, I don't know which flavor is this.
So one of the flavors is like a bubble tea something.
Oh goodness, why a bubble tea, Corey?
Oh, that's what
A
they
bubble
had.
tea.
Yeah, okay.
Bubble
And then
What
what's
flavor do you want?
What's the? Okay, I'm sorry. Hey,
I'm so lost. Can you guys clue me in?
no,
here?
All right,
I'm
so
lost.
this is a dessert. It's a Japanese dessert, I believe.
Okay.
And it's kind of like made out of rice.
I don't know what it's made out of, but it's great. Trust me.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's a little,
You
it's a
cross the
little funky.
line. The one thing I don't do is sushi.
It's
No,
not.
it's not
that,
it's
man.
not sushi. It's
It
not
feels
sushi.
like raw chicken. Or
No,
something.
it does. I got
Am I
that.
gonna actually survive
No,
this
look
show?
This
We'll
kind of
find
pinkish
out.
one looks like raw chicken with like flour on top, but trust me, it's good.
So then that
Well,
one's.
I don't
It's
know the
not just a
taste.
swallow and go.
No.
If there's like something, do you know what a pierogi is?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like a dessert pierogi.
Interesting.
Because like there's something inside here.
Yeah.
So what are the two
I feel
flavors?
that.
So this is like a bubble tea something.
Yeah.
Bubble tea.
And this
like
is
that
like
you bath with,
like
or
a taro something.
What's taro?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
gonna
you were
find
trying the
out.
taro one.
It's a root of some sort.
All right. I had a different flavor when I had mine. I had like a safe flavor, so I
Okay,
don't know.
so we're going
So
taro,
I've had,
eh?
yeah, taro.
Okay.
are we all eating this at the same time?
Absolutely, get in there. Hope these chewing sounds are good on the mic.
I'm just taking one bite.
That's all. Why?
Because there's going to be a lot of chewing to go through this whole thing.
That's understandable. I gotta take two.
We're gonna have to crisscross the conversations here.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Gary? Is your mouth a little full?
It's like that annoying dude that always talks to you whenever you're chewing.
Yeah.
All right,
Like
what's
the
wrong?
way
off,
what do
man.
you
I'm trying
think,
to eat my
Tyler?
food. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that taro flavor, I don't know what it tastes like. I'm not very good with taste. I think it has something to do with my smell, so my taste buds are kind of muted. But my lack of smell is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But like mochi's like this spongy substance is what it is, and it's
It sure
it's
is.
interesting. But like, I think if you get the right flavor, I think anyone can enjoy it. And I don't hate that at all. I
Yeah.
would give it a rating these out of 10. You want me to give it a rating?
I didn't ask that, but yeah, I'll take
Well,
it.
well, I'm asking if you want me. Sure. I'll rate it a good old fashioned. That one is a 7 out of 10 because it's spongy and it's different than anything else
Okay,
that you have.
Gary.
It's almost like a dough. Like it's a doughy, but then it's like you eat raw cookie dough. You can almost get that flavor off the raw cookie dough. At first, I'm like, ooh, bleh. No, thanks, not great. But
Yeah.
then and I'm a big after, like the after flavor, right? You eat it and then it's like, ooh, what's that? But this one actually got better as I ate it. Right off the hop, man, it was like at a 1,
So sample.
and then I think we've made it up to like a 6.
Nice.
Okay.
Sample the next one. I actually enjoy the bubble tea one better.
Nah, the taro one's better.
brown? What's this brown spot in here?
That's the
That's
inside.
that's like the
Do you
inside.
eat? Do you eat once? Oh, sorry.
You wanna
go
get
after
that.
get it.
Oh,
Get
that-
in like a big bite in
wow.
there. Get on the inside. Oh yeah.
Just take her all.
Just mow it. Thought I had like a vanilla ice cream flavor or something like that, and that was delicious.
yeah.
But-
That's. Did you have like a
That's
mochi
a
ice
vanilla?
cream?
Well, maybe it was mochi ice cream.
That's what a lot of people think mochi is, but like I think this is their actual real mochi.
So I've never had real mochi then.
I've got mochi ice cream coming.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
fire me up.
Anyways, what do you think about this one?
I think I'm gonna go back to the other one first.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Tara's better.
It's too flowery, like lilac or something. Like
Interesting.
I got
So when you said flour, I thought you meant like wheat flour.
no, like a
Like
llama out in the
lilac.
lawn
Yeah.
eating a random clover
Interesting.
or something.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's too
Let me go grab
too
the mochi
feminine.
ice cream.
I like this one's a little. The pink one's a
Corey,
little more
Corey.
masculine.
Is that camera still recording there?
I'll have a look. Okay, so this is mochi ice cream of sorts, mango flavored. So like,
mango's good.
Oh.
this should be the real.
Mango's good.
Bro, you don't like mango?
No, I just get
What?
scared whenever
Oh my
fruit's
God.
involved in
Did you
in
want me to
dessert
get?
flavors.
I paid extra
no.
for mango, man. All the other flavors were on sale, and we got mango because I'm like, this is gonna be your best flavor.
yeah, yeah.
There's a reason it's not on sale. It's because everyone else wants it.
And that's great.
Good point.
I'm a cheaper man then, I guess.
But yeah, there's
Am I
vanilla.
holding
and
this
that's
for the whole
probably-
evening?
No, I can take that. So you just pop
Almost
one
want
out.
to eat the rest of it, but
No, I understand.
Pop one out.
Okay.
Pass it on.
Yeah. You know, Corey, I appreciate the effort you put in here. You know, I want,
Yeah.
I want you to know that.
I like
My
taste.
wife,
I like this
like,
tasting
We
thing.
went to an Asian market, and my wife really had a lot of fun there, looking at all the funny things.
The funny things. This is our ice
Oh,
cream
wow.
now.
That's
so full.
fantastic.
I really think that
I really enjoy this.
the lip smacking is going to come across your speakers
I hope so.
Probably.
or your mics. I guess
This
they are.
is now an ASMR podcast. Do you know what ASMR is?
no.
You shouldn't. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Man, I can't stop on this one. I'm
No, I'm
finished
not
on
eating
this
the
one.
whole thing. That's
Yeah.
that mango flavor. That mango is great. That's That's some good.
And the ice cream.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of is those puffballs that you have at every reunion at Christmas.
You mean
Or
like
family
the
gathering?
cream-filled
Oh,
things?
yeah, and you have like
They had those in the freezer too.
15 of them. Those are good.
Tyler.
Mango flavor. It wasn't too mango-y, so I could dabble.
Good.
Yeah, normally I try to stay away from fruits in my ice creams, but that was enjoyable.
Good.
I'm a weird dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We doing any sorts of ratings here?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, rating. That one, like, I feel like if I gave the other one a 7 out of 10, but I don't know why. The other one was probably more like a 6 out of 10. This one's it's about the same.
So now we can
But-
like shift
Really?
the rating
Yeah,
scale down.
So you're saying you'd eat the...
no five once again is average. It's like an above average experience, is what I'm saying. You gotta remember, 7 is not average on these scales.
Okay.
Gotta remember that.
5 is average.
Everyone says 7 to be nice. I was like, oh yes, it's a 7, but you got to remember that 5 is average, so it's above average.
Okay.
If it was vanilla, it would be like a 9.
Oh,
Right.
no.
What
this
about...
is-
I don't know if you rated the bubble tea one.
I didn't. You don't want to hear it. No, okay. It's like it was
do.
like a 4, slightly
Negative
below average.
4.
No, not negative 4.
Well, it's negative because you're negative.
funny guy.
Yeah. What do you got, Gary?
Anyways.
I'm going with like a strong 7.
Strong 7.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I like
That's
it. I
it's
like
well
it.
above average. Like
If we
that's
talk to them long
for a-
enough, might
for a
get a
specialty?
7.5.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Pushing it.
Very cool.
Pushing it.
Well, I had fun.
Oh, I did too. Absolutely.
That was. I,
thought
didn't know
I
what to
thought
expect, but
no,
I
thought it was
that's
a
great.
pretty safe thing
that
to.
was.
I hope
That
you didn't
was.
harbor.
dabble
Hope
in.
you don't harbor feelings. Me trashing your mango flavor and all that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, good.
There's
All
more
right.
for me later.
Absolutely.
Invite me back for another tasting
You
session.
and your wife
Okay,
can have
definitely.
a party tonight or something like that.
Well, or maybe when we're off the pod here, me and Gary will just.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you
just
too.
mow them
Yeah,
down.
100%.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
Would that wait a minute? Would that be good with like a coffee or something?
Are you suggesting?
No,
something?
yeah, absolutely. I missed mine at home because I had to rush
I
here.
see.
No, I'm just saying.
We could
Do-
maybe
do you
make
think-
something
No,
work.
I'm like, would that even work with like a coffee drink?
We might have to try that.
Well, you
I
don't
think
know
it would
without
almost
trying, Gary.
it would almost tip it off.
You gotta give that a go.
Yeah, like it's what does this go with? Like usually, I mean, dessert goes
Probably
with
tea.
a big tea granny.
Yeah, I don't.
All
I
right,
don't
tea
know.
party after. Yay!
We'll make a coffee. See what happens.
No, it sounds good.
Coffee with the bros just sounds better.
Or we
Yeah.
just eat these little squishy balls.
Yeah.
Or they're like stress balls. Can
They
I
are
just,
kinda.
can I hang on to one for the evening?
That's a good description.
Well, you
It's
were
a
sure if
stress
you
ball
wanted
with a
to,
food.
and now
yeah.
suddenly
Now
you do.
I want it back. Now I just work.
Which
We'll,
one
we'll
is
get
yours?
it. We'll get it later. I'm not sure.
I think
Do we
his was the
bite- do we
closest.
bite
That one,
similar?
that one, the
Yeah, I
one that
think this
closest
one's
to your
yours.
leg is his.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to the next section. Book of questions. I scroll through. You tell me when to stop. I poke, and we see what question comes up. And if you don't really like it, we can move on to another one. You get 3 shots. If you want to go back to a previous one, you can.
You make it easy.
Oh yeah, and
we're
we make it
we're
too
not
way
trying
too
to
easy.
stress out our guests. Here,
All right,
Gary.
sounds good.
Maybe we should,
let me
Corey.
get, let
Maybe
me
we
get
should.
comfortable.
Yeah.
You gotta
No.
set this up as a tiered thing. It's
We
like
gotta scare
you get,
these
you
people.
You get one question. If you miss it, you can't go back. You got to move on to the next question.
I don't
So it
know.
gets down to the third one.
Not everyone's as
Because this way,
brave
I
as-
mean, you get. I want all 3 already. Give me all 3 of them. Then I'm going to choose.
You know
which
what? And we haven't had someone do that, and that's the best way to do it. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, I want to hear them all.
Maybe we'll have to shut it down then. All right, let's go.
Let's go. I'll pick one, but I want to hear
No,
all
I know.
3
Yeah,
options.
all right, let's
All
go.
right?
You ready?
Yeah, give her right away. Oh,
We're on top of the page.
all right.
What is something children of today are not doing enough of?
Ooh, I like that question.
That's
actually,
personal, but let's hear the next
that's a
one.
good
Start
question.
again.
Okay.
Right there, a little further back. Yep.
What card game or game in general would you love to learn how to play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one. I think we're going with the first so
I'm
far.
going from the
Yeah, all right, you
back
got one
to
more?
front.
Oh yeah, up front, right about there.
Top or bottom?
Middle, left page, middle.
I'm going right page.
Come on. Totally
I thought this guy
opposite.
gets a free choice, man. Like, what is this?
Do you have in-laws? If so, do you get along with them?
Don't. Do we want to go down this road?
Well, hey, you got 3 options.
This might bring views. They're coming up this weekend. Maybe I can
Yeah,
really
yeah,
just,
exactly.
boy.
3 options.
Can you read the first one again?
What are children of today not doing enough of?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Good job. My
Thank
memory's not that good. I can't even remember what I want to talk about. Oh boy. I think we're going with that one. That one's got some
I
conversation
like that
around
question.
it.
Yeah.
It's got some
We don't
conversation
need a
around
lot of conversation.
it. Oh, we're gonna shut this down.
But
We all want to get home, buddy.
Pick the wrong guy. Don't invite me again. No. Children of today, what do they have to do? And I'm supposed to take this away?
Yeah, no,
what
well,
are
it's
they not
for
doing
you.
enough of? Yeah, it's just
my
for you.
question.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a quick question.
Yeah. No. They children of today, I think, need to learn work ethic.
Okay.
I got kids, and I'm going to teach them how to work.
They're not
I
learning.
need to because that's the sustainability. That's how they're going to survive in the future. I know there's AI, there's technologies, everything else that's replacing good old physical work, but it's not going to cut it. And you can see it. There's a lot of degeneration in and around, even my generation. Even I don't like to work some days.
Yep.
Right?
That's
That's kind of where I go with that.
Good
Good answer.
I'd have a lot more questions, but I think that's another whole episode.
Yeah.
I think
true.
so.
It's true.
So we're gonna move on to our next thing to talk about. This is a little, just something I've been thinking about randomly here and there. It's a little
random thought.
silly.
It's
a
a
little
random
silly.
thought.
Silly thoughts.
And I also just want to put a little disclaimer out there. It's a very privileged conversation to have. There's a lot of Tyler's just losing it. There's a lot of places in the world that I don't think that couldn't be privileged enough to talk about this. And so I just want to know that we're blessed to live in a country where there's lots of trees, rocks, and water. Subject coming up. When do you consider water to be stale? And some of the things that were stirred in my mind is like, you got a glass of water sitting on the counter. When is it time to pour it out and get a new one? Maybe you crack a water bottle, like a store-bought water bottle open. You drink part of it and it's sitting there. Is it always good or does it go stale? Like, is there a time when you're like, no, that's old, and you pour it out? And I got some more questions, but that's kind of to get your mind going.
Let's get her started on that.
So can this at all be in the fridge, or are you talking just outside?
No, I also thought about in the fridge. That was another place my mind
Okay.
was going to. When is it
All right.
stale? When it's in the
Anywhere.
fridge?
All right, I'll start because I feel led to, I guess, and I decided to start. So if we're doing a glass of water on the counter, just sitting there, I would say, because I'm a privileged man, as you said, I would say within half an hour. Okay, well, like, I guess if I'm sitting,
you are privileged. Wow.
if I'm
Spoiled
sitting,
too?
yeah. If I'm sitting right beside the water, I feel like it has a longer shelf life. Like if it's there
So it's a
with
trust
me,
thing.
yeah. But as soon as I leave the water for like half an hour and come back to it, it's officially bad. It's kind of where I might go with that.
So what made it bad?
I don't know. It's a thought thing that something's going on in my brain. I don't know. But like
It's out.
if the water's sitting beside me, like, whether I'm at a desk or something like that, or I'm sitting on the couch, then it'll be good for a couple hours. But after that, like, even then, like, you're not lasting 4 hours. That water's stale for sure by that length of time. And then if it's
Gary, just judging you so hard.
Yeah. You're on a shelf on your own, bud. Yeah. You can may as well go in the water bottle back on the shelf. Yeah.
So
No,
if
this
we're-
is great.
If we're doing bottled water, something about that with the cap though, man, that extends the life by a very long time. If it's
Plastic has nothing to do with it. Like
no,
plastic water is great.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's
Just as long as you got a
fantastic.
cap on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then once you got the cap on, it's good just outside of a fridge or anything like that. It's good for a couple days, I would say. I got some weird water takes, man. What can I say? What do you got going on, Gary? What are you thinking
Well,
about?
so I was just listening to you, and you're like on this side of the spectrum, and I'm on the other side of the spectrum. Number
Okay.
one, I don't drink enough water.
Right.
Right. So my water, I was the type of kid that would fill a glass of water with ice and leave it on the counter and then drink it the next morning, because then that's like you'd think it was still cold.
Right.
But, like you can't just fill a cup and drink it right away because it's not cold enough. I love cold water.
Right.
So then I'll throw in a water bottle that's been in my pickup and warm. If it's warm water, I'm not drinking much. But as long as it's ice and cold.
But will you chuck it if it's warm, or do you like just let it sit there until it cools off?
I dump it out and go get new. It's just, it got
No,
warm.
but like, what
it
if
got
you-
warm. Bleh, it's no good. Throw it out. Get some fresh cold water.
So,
right?
if
But
you're-
here's one for you. So I don't drink enough water. So then when I need my water, it's like, oh, I need water now. I'm like dry as a, I don't know.
Tortoise.
Okay, let's go with that, right?
Sure.
Why did I look at you for the answer? Anyway, I'm dry. So running my sprayer, you can get in there, you're going along all day long, you've been eating chips or something salty and you're pickled. And it's like, I need water, I need it bad. So you look around and behind your seat, there's a water from last spray year
I was thinking about scenarios like this.
in a plastic bottle with the lid on.
Yeah,
so it's safe.
it's good.
Right?
It's good.
It'll be fine. It's been heated and cooled multiple times. It's probably been frozen in the winter, and then it's come out of its dormancy, and it's
that
revived.
plastic
Yeah.
is like opaque now.
Oh yeah. But you're so thirsty, you just drink it. Like this is great water. It has a funny taste, and there might be some green stuff growing on it, but no, I like. But if it's warm, no, like very seldom have I drank warm water. But when I'm really, really thirsty, I'll choke it down.
So what I don't understand though is why you pour out a warm water. Like why not just grab another something that you can put your other water in? You just let that water like hopefully it'll cool down by fall and I'll drink it then.
No, it's warm.
What?
It's
Well,
warm.
like-
it's
like
the
you-
goodies are out of it. It's warm now. No, it's
goodies are out
the
of it.
actual. It's the actual
That is so
temperature.
funny.
The
It's
water
the temperature.
goodies.
That's
Because
literally
like
the
I
only.
can understand why someone wouldn't drink it, but I think it's funny
Like-
that like it's like this bad.
Yeah, no, it's done.
Yeah.
Garbage. But even like so water with actually that gives me the heebie-jeebies too. Is when you have ice and it melts and you got these white floaty things in your water.
Yeah, why does that happen?
I don't know, some calcium in the salt or something. Or the salt. I'm not a biologist. What am I trying to say?
Something.
But that, like, I'll drink it till there's just a little bit of white stuff at the bottom and then dump that out. I struggle to drink that. Or if there's random flies floating in there, like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, no,
That's bad.
no. Like,
We're
if
common
you're
ground
drinking
there.
fly water, come on, man.
You don't squeeze it out and get the best out of the water?
No,
and then-
that's weird.
Like
That's
how
weird.
thirsty would you have to be, Tyler, to pull that off?
Oh, like nearly dying. You know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a privileged child.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiled.
What about water in the fridge?
Oh yeah, what in the fridge?
In a pitcher.
Oh, it can be years.
Oh,
Really?
Eons.
Oh, yeah. If it's cold,
Dude,
man.
centuries.
Week, man.
You
A week
could-
max.
no.
Yeah.
If you could-
Really?
Interesting.
Does
Yeah,
it
give us
taste
your-
different? Do you taste
Yeah,
difference?
it tastes like the pitcher that it's in.
What's your opinion? We didn't hear your opinion now.
Well, that like fridge water, a week,
just-
week tops.
Week.
Yes.
Okay.
What about
But,
the,
like,
the
yeah.
cup on the counter?
Cup on the counter. I'm
That's
with
definitely
Tyler.
needs
I'm
to be
with Tyler on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
a couple minutes.
No, like
You're exaggerating
under
once
an
again.
hour, but over 15,
Really?
20 minutes. I
What
would
are you
say.
scared of?
Oh, it just seems wrong. Like, and often it starts like getting bubbles on the side of the glass.
Yeah, that's like
The bubbles
That's
scare
the,
you.
The
That's like a-
H2O
bubbles
separating.
haunt
It's
me.
great anatomy.
That's like a sign that it's probably stale.
no,
It's like
because pop still has bubbles on the side of it.
I know.
Yeah, but pop's
I know, it's just
carbonated.
like-
That's different, man.
It's
Come on.
just this in the head thing. It
Interesting.
is like
Yeah. No,
it's
it's-
just
I'm like
when
my-
it comes out of the tap, sitting on the counter. Like if it's like it's probably left over from dinner, breakfast, something,
It's got to go.
and it's just weird. So you just get
Oh man,
yourself
if you're
into one.
thirsty, throw it
It's
back.
just like fill it up again, and then,
But it might the well might run dry.
and then
No, that's actually not all my thoughts.
and then like if I would find a water bottle in the back of my truck or something and it's been opened and it's crusty and I'm thirsty, yeah, we're drinking that sucker.
It's probably the
what
level
other
of
scenarios
thirst,
did we have?
right?
Yes.
Probably the level of thirst that determines whether you're going to drink
It
or
does. It does. And when I'm at home in a space that is controlled, a controlled environment, I'm not generally too thirsty. So that means that I can dump out my water and get a new one.
and the well's not dry.
And the well's not dry.
Fill it up again.
But
So-
like if you are out and about, like you say, in a sprayer, for instance, you gotta drink the crusty water sometimes.
You're not drinking the stuff in the tank behind
No,
you.
that's just
Like,
it.
that's
No,
really.
then you're
thirsty.
probably dying. I don't know. Actually, how toxic is
Chemicals
that?
are healthy, aren't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
So then the one other question I had with this yet are any of you guys? Gary sounds like he might be like
Oh boy,
yeah, but I don't know.
boxing me.
Yeah. The kind of person that like so if I'm going for a drink of water and this isn't at a meal and I'm going to my tap, I put in the water and I either drink the whole thing that I put in the cup or I pour the rest of it down the drain. As soon as I'm done drinking it, and I set the cup aside.
No. See, I'm an ice water man. So you gotta leave that cup there because you know what happens? That water only gets colder.
He starts making this stuff sound so
'cause
dignified.
Here, I had a theory. I had a
Ice
theory,
water.
and you've totally.
I'm a water snob. It's different than the coffee
he's like
snobs.
this water.
I had a theory, and you totally broke it.
I'm sorry.
My theory was that women tend to like leave the glass half full on the counter more than men do because of, like most of the people that like Tyler, I think he had made a comment once like quite a few weeks ago, and I was like, man. Because like you don't leave your water on the counter.
Oh,
do you?
not a chance, buddy. As soon as I am done drinking that instant, it's going in the sink.
Or you drink the whole thing, like
Or I
just
drink-
finish
yeah,
it off.
yeah.
Because
absolutely.
you're not going to drink it later.
Well, exactly.
And then we were talking about our moms and like, oh, that's a bit of a mom thing to leave it on the counter.
Yes, I was Mr. Ice Water. I'd leave it like a little bit of water in it so that it'd melt the ice. Coming back later to finish that nice cold water, my mom would always drink it on me.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah,
She just steal your
just
cup.
steal my nice ice
funny.
water.
Oh, my
Like
goodness.
this,
But
brutal.
like, at least you got a theory because I think there's a lot of people out there without ice water and they're leaving their cups on the counter with some water in it, and I don't know why.
The cup might get lonely if it doesn't have water. I don't know.
No, I think it's just like they didn't quite need as much as they put in the cup,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna put it down the drain.
Because
Some in their head doesn't think that's right, I
Yeah.
guess.
I don't know.
Wasting
And
it.
saving it for later. Well, I'll drink it later.
And then they dump it out and go get a new one.
I don't know.
What about
They're
when you come
probably the
back
same
around
kind of
and like,
people-
which cup was it? Or which cookie was
Like
it
if
that
it's
we were eating?
yeah, but if it's in your home, like I've got a spot for my cup.
Oh, it's always the same spot.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is my cup spot.
You're like my father-in-law.
Okay.
Do we want to go on that in-law question? He'll use the same coffee cup all day long. He'll get like almost angry if you dump it out and wash it.
Oh.
It's like, no, we can wash cups.
Yeah, he wants to savor that
Yeah, well,
little
just
crustiness in there.
yeah, I guess
cru-
that
yeah,
chewy
the-
coffee at the,
The
bottom.
coffee crust makes the next cup just taste way. I hear it. No, I'm kidding.
Fair enough.
Well, I appreciate that conversation. I think that kind of ties up that segment. Do you got a quote to finish us off there, Gary, or no?
Yes,
Beautiful.
I got to piece it together now. You know me and my little slogans.
Because you
right?
always forget. I always forget what I'm
thinking
Hello.
about, right? There's so many things on my mind,
100%,
right?
yeah.
Success doesn't happen by success. Success happens by failure.
Okay,
That's my quote of the day.
appreciate it.
You like
Beautiful. I like
Yes.
that one. Big fan.
that one? A lot of thought into that one.
I bet you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and
You know,
I,
it kind of follows along with our very first question that I couldn't remember. Right?
yeah.
I like how you tie everything together. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Full circle.
I've appreciated having you on, chit
This is
chatting.
fantastic.
It's good.
Time's up already?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hours fly by fast.
it does.
You can have a Corey time after we're done here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a little special.
Oh yeah.
Little feature on the back end.
I'm joking. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for coming out. Tyler, you got any last words?
Make sure to share it with your moms and the rest of your
This is a
family.
mom episode, is it? Okay.
I don't know. With your entire family. Tell everyone. Get
Yeah.
the word out.
Get a little watch party going on.
Yeah. Every Monday at 5 a.m. when this episode releases, and then every other one, you should have a watch party with everyone that you can get together, all 2 of your friends, and watch the episode.
There you go.
Mockery.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.